This is the UNP 6-person waterproof and windproof tent. It comes in a bag like this for easy storage and carrying. This whole bag weighs about 20 pounds. There's a zipper on the side. Inside there's an instruction manual with written instructions and images on how to set up the tent. Everything is rolled up, so I'm just untying the ties. This bag contains the tent stakes to secure your tent to the ground when you're camping. And this bag contains all the poles. This bag was pretty heavy. This piece here is the rain fly, or the top covering of the tent. Here's the tent all laid out flat. This tent measures 10 by 9 feet and 78 inches in height. That means a 6-foot person can stand all the way up at the highest point in this tent. This is a pretty spacious tent. On each corner there's a pin and ring assembly. Here I'm untying the bag with the poles. The poles have flexible joints that are joined together by a string within the pole. To put them together, I stretched out each piece a little and connect the pieces. So I did that for all the poles. There were a total of 7. There are 4 CFRP poles, which are the longest, 4 A steel poles, and 1 center pole. There's an elbow connector in each corner, and each has a protective covering on it. To set up, I first take the longest pole and place it into the ribbed side of the elbow connector in one corner. Then the other side of the pole goes into the elbow connector that's directly diagonal to the first one. There will be some tension when you put the pole into the connector. Repeat for the other 2 corners. The 2 poles will make an X. Then the center pole goes on top of the first 2 poles I put in. It'll look like this. There are strings to keep the poles steady and together in the center. Next, take the last 4 poles and put them into the pin and ring assembly. The other end of the pole goes into the empty side of the elbow connector. Then snap the J-hook onto the pole. That's pretty much it for. Repeat this step for all the corners. Here's what the tent looks like all propped up. I was surprised by how big it actually is. It'll be nice when I go camping. There's a lot of space inside. Here's a look inside the tent. First, I unzip the door. This is the door. Just unzip it all the way. It also has little strings so you can roll up the door if needed. There are 5 mesh windows inside with zippers. Windows are a must, especially on warm days when you'll need to air out the tent. Tents can get pretty stuffy, so windows are good for air circulation. There are some pockets on 2 sides of the tent. You can put your phone, cables, glasses, or other small things in here. The tent is 90 square feet. It can fit 2 air mattresses or 6 sleeping pads. There's also a little hook on the top of the tent, so you can hang a little light here.